Hello, everyone. My name is Cassidy, and I'm the Product Education Lead at Artwork Archive. I'm also a visual artist with over half a decade of experience working in a contemporary art gallery, so I'm so excited to be here talking today about how archiving your work and using an online inventory system like Artwork Archive can really help take your art career to the next level. And first, I'd like to pose a question. What is your current method for keeping your artwork and career organized? Is it a spreadsheet? A notebook? Is it all in your brain? Are you using a bunch of different platforms all at once? And if you have a system, how easy is it to maintain? Is it complicated so you avoid it? Is it overwhelming so you only do it once a year? Or is it confusing and different each time so you really don't have a streamlined process? If you don't have a system yet, that's okay too. My goal is that by the end of this presentation, you'll be ready to implement something that really works for you. And ultimately, whatever you do, it should save you time, provide you with peace of mind, and give you easy access to all of the information that you need so that you can spend less time on administrative tasks and more time in the studio making art. Now, a brief history about Artwork Archive. We began in 2010 as one of the first cloud-based art inventory systems. One of our co-founders, John, built the platform after his mother, a fantastic fine artist, lost years of valuable information from her art career due to a hard drive crash. As a software engineer and very caring son, John looked for a cloud-based solution specifically for artists to meet their needs, but he couldn't find one. So he built Artwork Archive himself, and the rest is history. We aim to provide artists at every stage of their careers with tools to get organized, manage and grow their businesses, and showcase their work. It is our passion to build the most intuitive, powerful, and reliable art management tool out there. And because we're cloud-based, you can easily access your inventory on Artwork Archive anywhere on any device. Now let's start with the big picture. So what is an archive? And why is it so important for artists to maintain one? An archive is your artistic legacy. It's the comprehensive record of your artwork and career. So we like to think of it as a living archive that grows as your art practice develops. It includes way more than just a list of artworks, but also exhibition histories, sales, contacts, invoices, sketches, notes, and more. So by organizing all of this stuff yourself, you control how your story is told. You shape your own artistic narrative from your perspective, and then having this living archive really empowers you because it lets you easily access what you need to run your art business or practice, and like I mentioned earlier, it frees up your mental load so that you can focus on creating. So with an organized system, you can instantly pull up information when communicating with galleries, collectors, or clients. Always know where your pieces are located. That's a big one for me personally. Seamlessly generate reports for taxes, insurance, grants, etc. Build provenance to increase the value of your work over time. And then preserve important records like contracts, correspondence, photos, and ultimately track really meaningful memories and stories and technical notes about each piece so that you're not having to dig up that information and try to remember it years later. By dedicating time to archive your work and your art career and all of the milestones that happen, you solidify your legacy on your own terms. So ultimately, maintaining this detailed archive gives you confidence, control, and peace of mind because managing the business side of your creative career doesn't have to be overly complicated. Your photos are just as important as the artwork itself. And while I don't want photos to be a blocker, meaning I don't want you to wait until you have the perfect images of your pieces to start inventorying your artwork, you can take photos on your phone, whatever, just to show that the piece exists, upload it into its artwork record, and then over time you can update those with the high resolution images. But it is important to know that photos are how you communicate with potential clients, galleries, collectors, and more. In an artwork archive, you can upload high quality images up to 30 megabytes each. So this is incredible because you're not having to store those high resolution images on a bunch of drives somewhere or digging through a bunch of different places to find and send them via a lot of different emails. You can also keep images organized and on file in one place, and you can quickly find the exact photo you need. So when someone reaches out, you're able to send that immediately. No more digging through those desktop folders or external drives like I mentioned. You can save time and hassle by storing these in the artwork record itself. When beginning to archive your work, it's important to know the critical information to track for each of your pieces. So we all know title, medium, dimensions. Those are typically the tombstone information that we all try to keep track of. But did you also know that it's important to know any exhibitions that piece was accepted into, any galleries in which the artwork showed, also if the artwork was sold and who it sold to? All of these details are really important with creating an entire artistic legacy. And then beyond the basic information, you want to go beyond the details. So each artwork, you should catalog additional documents to create a full picture of your art career. And in Artwork Archive, you can upload these and attach them to specific artworks or in a general document storage area. So some of these additional documents include artist statements, CVs, resumes, proposals, press materials and news articles, process photos, sketchbooks, exhibition documentation, installation shots, any contracts or proposals, and then anything else that you want to show that helps tell the story of who you are as an artist. In Artwork Archive, an individual artwork has what we call an entire piece record. And this is what I describe to be the story of the piece. It's where you can store all of this information and ultimately what you're writing and telling about the story of this individual artwork. So it's really important in the description and the notes section to add what inspired you. What were you thinking about at the time? Did you use any special techniques or materials? Maybe it was a certain glaze or paint that you want to remember. Oftentimes, years down the line, if we don't keep track of this information, we don't really remember that process or that inspiration point or maybe what was happening in context around us for that particular piece. And it's a lot harder to recall that information after many years instead of just actively maintaining an archive and inputting that in the piece record the time that it's being created. So it helps set you up for success in the future. And then also, if you don't know why you're making the piece, or maybe you're just inspired to make it, but you don't really have a detailed description yet, jot down any notes. This is what I was thinking about. This is the book I was reading at the time. This is what was going on in the news. This helps you look back later and see through lines with your work and in your career. And this is really helpful because you can actually view your artwork from a third-person perspective and write a description then, or be able to articulate better after taking some time and stepping away and saying, I can tell, all of that was happening around me. This is the pieces I created later, etc. You can pull all of that information by adding in description details, as often as you can within a piece record. When it comes to growing your art career, there's nothing more important than tracking your work and making sure you know exactly where it is, where it's shown, and where it's going in the future. So in Artwork Archive, you have the ability to keep track of locations, and a location is any place your work is showing outside of your own inventory. So this can be galleries, shows, exhibitions, places of business, etc. Location records really help you keep track of where your work is showing, when it needs to be dropped off, picked up, and it gives you insights into how each location is performing. So this is helpful if you want to see if particular galleries are really working for you in your work, and that your work is selling well there, or perhaps you forgot that you had a piece located at a gallery and a client reaches out and is interested in that particular piece. If you have that location record filled with accurate data, you're able to quickly pull up the piece, see where it's located, and give that information to the client. This also helps you avoid double selling or resubmitting the same work, and it builds a full provenance for each piece because it follows its journey, which is really important to collectors. Building new relationships and strengthening existing ones are key to the success of an artist, and the contact section in Artwork Archive is where you can do both. You're able to manage relationships with curators, collectors, gallerists, advisors, shippers, anyone related to your art business. It's where you can also log sales for particular contacts, all within their contact record, send invoices, payment reminders, communicate about new available work, and be able to continue building that relationship by keeping notes from your interactions and seeing any expenses or important additional documents related to that contact. By default, all of the information and data in your Artwork Archive account is private, but you have the option to share it privately or publicly with your intended audience. So the private rooms feature is a really popular one that allows you to curate a dynamic online viewing room to share with select clients and collaborators. You have complete control over what you want to share, and you can even protect it with a passphrase. Similarly, you are able to create a public profile. So this feature allows you to easily add your profile to the discovery section of Artwork Archive to gain more visibility and share your portfolio with clients more easily. You can choose if viewers are able to inquire or purchase a piece. And while we do have a number of people using Artwork Archive's public profile as their website, it actually wasn't our intent when creating it. So the public profile is an easy way for artists to showcase their work, share who they are as an artist, and amplify their existing web presence. And we believe that having a website that you have 100% control over versus a one-size-fits-all template is really important. So we recommend looking at the public profile as a complement to that site. And that's especially true now that you can easily embed your public profile into your own personal website, like a Squarespace page, Wix, WordPress, etc., so that you can avoid having to do that double entry. So once you've uploaded some work in the system, you'll really start to experience the time-saving benefits of reports in Artwork Archive. So these are pre-formatted PDFs that can be generated with thumbnails of your artwork and custom information for your galleries, clients, or for your own personal insurance or detailed information that you may need on hand at any time. So the kinds of reports that you can generate: inventory list, portfolio pages, catalog pages, exhibition reports, those consignment agreements, tear sheets, certificates of authenticity, artwork and address labels, including QR code labels, contact reports, income and expense reports, and of course, sales reports. So I'm going to briefly provide an overview of these reports and how to generate your first one, but for more detailed explanations or steps on how to generate different types of reports, you can always access different help articles and video tutorials outlining each process in the Help Doc section of our Learning Center. And that can be accessed on artworkarchive.com or in the bottom left corner of your account when you're logged into Artwork Archive. In addition to professional reports, you can also send professional invoices via Artwork Archive. So quickly add artworks to your invoices, schedule payment installments, and get notified about due dates and payments made. And if you have an account that has payment processing, clients can pay directly from those invoices using PayPal or debit or credit card, and then those payments get automatically updated in your sales records in Artwork Archive. Keeping all of this information in one place not only gives you peace of mind, but also helps give you a comprehensive understanding financially of your art career over time. And then this can inform pricing and the way that you structure your business. And then once you have all of this information in the system, you're able to take a visual look using our Insights page of your revenue and income expenses over time. So it's great for bookkeeping. It's also helpful to measure your production and progress to make informed decisions about your career. And then ultimately, you're also able to visually monitor where your work is selling most to understand what's working and what's not. And for visual learners like myself, I really love to see the value of my inventory at different locations. Now let's take a look at some examples of the reports that you can generate in Artwork Archive. First up are the inventory list and tear sheets. So inventory lists really help you stay up to date with available inventory. Both of these create a polished, curated list of your artwork to send in a few clicks. You can choose which details you want to include about your work and ultimately save time and avoid burnout by easily accessing prices, high-resolution images, documents, and detailed information all in one place. I know a lot of artists who also use tear sheets as an easy price list. So they'll generate, have on hand when they have a show, and it makes everything a lot easier. Portfolio pages and catalog pages. So with portfolio pages, you can showcase one artwork per page along with the description and key information about the work. These are great to present to a gallerist or curator, or even use as a catalog for an exhibition. Catalog pages include a large-scale primary image of your artwork, along with an optional secondary page, so you can include thumbnails and expanded provenance information like exhibition history and publication history. You can generate certificates of authenticity with each piece, so this guarantees your collectors peace of mind that what they just purchased is an original work made by you. It also helps increase the value of your work by creating provenance. Consignment reports allow you to generate a polished checklist of works that you'll be dropping off at a location. So you can include terms and conditions of sales, address how art should be cared for, and at the end of the report, you have the option to sign and formalize the agreement. Impress clients and stay organized with an exhibition report tied to the important show dates, location information, and pieces in a specific exhibition. You can send exhibition reports along with these pieces for a show, or print and keep it for your own record so everyone stays on the same page. Nothing helps an art career more than keeping your financial records organized. So with sales and expense reports, you can keep track of where all your sources of income are generated, where your money's going, and what you can write off at the end of the year for taxes. Once all of these records are recorded in Artwork Archive, you can also easily export the reports to an Excel or CSV and then upload into any other accounting software. And now a personal favorite. For upcoming exhibitions, you can create artwork labels and QR code labels. So these are great for both displaying on the wall or affixing to an artwork for easy reference during installations. We have small, medium, and large, and you can choose to include a thumbnail or a QR code, or include neither of the two and just have the information. Now let's dive into the platform. When you log into your Artwork Archive account, you will land on the Pieces page. This will be considered your home base. It's where you can add artwork, run reports, and access all of the various features that the system has to offer. Once you have uploaded your artwork, you can change the viewpoints from the top menu here to better suit your needs. You can also sort, filter, and search your entire inventory. Let's say you only want to see your available work. To do so, you would navigate to the filter bar here and click Status, then choose Available. This creates a subset showing only the artwork in your inventory that you have labeled with the status Available. If you want to sort this new view in a particular order, you can do so by clicking Sort in the upper right corner and selecting the order in which you'd like to see your artworks appear. For instance, I'm going to sort these pieces by creation date with my most recently created artworks first. To return back to your main unfiltered view, simply click the blue Clear All Filters below the filter bar. The filter bar is really important to familiarize yourself with because it appears all throughout the platform as a way for you to quickly access the pieces you need. You can also search your inventory by using the general search bar located at the top of your main pieces page. Every field in Artwork Archive is fully searchable, so the more information you include in your piece records, the easier it will be to search for. And speaking of piece records, the best way to get started in Artwork Archive is by uploading your own artwork. We recommend beginning with at least 4, as that'll give you the chance to fully explore some of the other features. You can upload your pieces one by clicking New Piece from the top menu, or if you'd rather upload multiple pieces at once, select Bulk Actions and choose Bulk Upload to add up to 20 artworks at a time. For those of you coming from another system or that already have a large amount of data in a spreadsheet, we also offer an import service that you can learn more about by reaching out to our team. Let's click New Piece to see all of the available fields for a single piece record. In Artwork Archive, piece records have the ability to tell the entire story of an individual artwork. Add as little or as much information as you'd like. The only required field is the title. Not sure what to add for some of the fields? Don't worry, you can always come back later and fill in the information when you have it. The hardest part is just getting started, and you're already there. So don't let the options overwhelm you and hinder the momentum that you've already got going. Each artist's career and needs are different, and these fields can act as a guide for what's possible to keep track of. You can upload up to 10 images of a single piece. This is really great if you have multiple angles, detailed images, installation shots, or any other relevant imagery that you'd like to keep record of for this particular piece. Something to note, you can actually upload high-resolution images of your pieces up to 20 megabytes. These high-resolution images will then be stored within your piece records as original image files, and they can be accessed and shared at any time right from within your Artwork Archive account. We have found this to be an invaluable time-saving feature for artists, as you no longer need to worry about storing these images elsewhere on a random drive or worry about trying to fit them into an email when sharing with clients. And don't worry, if you choose to create a public profile to share your pieces publicly, these high-resolution images are automatically downsized for the web, ensuring peace of mind that your information and images are safe and secure at all times. Once you've uploaded your pieces to your account, you can then begin to generate various types of reports right from the main pieces page, including inventory reports, tear sheets, portfolio pages, catalog pages, and artwork and QR code labels. You can also export your data at any time to an Excel or a CSV file. Reports in Artwork Archive are pre-formatted PDFs. These are just a few of the reports available, and you'll find more options throughout the rest of the platform. For a full list of the types of reports you can generate and examples of each, check out the article provided from our Help Center. Let's generate an inventory report. To do so, you'll need to click New Report, then Inventory Report. Next, you'll navigate to a page where you can choose exactly what you want to appear on this report. Give your report a title, and even choose to save these settings as a template for future use. Sending to a gallery or client? Choose to include your contact information so they know how to get in touch with you. You can customize not only the order of how the artworks appear on the report, but also the font style and data like price, status, description. If you scroll down, you can also see that you can choose to include a link to those original high-resolution image files on the report. At the bottom of the page, you'll find the piece picker. This is where you will choose which pieces you'd like to add to your report. The piece picker shows up in various places throughout Artwork Archive, so it's beneficial to get familiar with it. The most important thing to remember is that just like on the main pieces page, you're able to search and filter your pieces to find exactly what you need. Want to include your entire inventory on this report? No problem. Simply click Add All Pieces here and watch as your entire inventory moves to the right Selected Pieces section. Made a mistake? You can remove pieces at any time, either one by one or all at once. Now let's say you only want to include your available pieces on this inventory report. To do so, simply click Filters and then choose Status and Available. This will filter to show only the pieces with the status set to Available. From there, you can add one by one or select All to add all of your available pieces to the inventory report. Once you have all of the information and the pieces you'd like to include in this report all set, click the blue Generate Report button located at the bottom of the screen. This will take you to the main reports page where you can find all of your generated PDF reports. Once it's completed, you can immediately view, download, copy the URL, or share this report right from your Artwork Archive account. Need to edit? Click the pencil icon to the right and regenerate your new edited report. Now, that was a lot of information, but I hope that you understand the value of how maintaining an archive and having an organized system can ultimately help you grow your career. We have a ton of resources available to you in the form of video tutorials, articles, blog posts, and we also send out a newsletter every single week with helpful advice for your art career and art calls and opportunities. You can sign up for that and find all of those resources on our website at artworkarchive.com. Also, our team has spent a lot of time creating free artist guides. So everything from cataloging and archiving your artwork to pricing your work consistently. Those can also be found on our website under the guides section. And lastly, we have various plans that grow with your career. So we have the apprentice, professional, and master artist plans. These are based primarily on piece count And then the professional and master plans have payment processing private rooms, whereas the apprentice plan is really for just getting started, uploading your artwork, and then you can upgrade at any time to the various plans. And please reach out if you have any other questions. We love hearing from you. Thank you so much for your time.